Hey everybody, Adam here with Memphis Wood Fire Grills. Today I want to talk to you about common maintenance items, things you need to keep in mind on a pellet grill to make sure that it's operating at peak performance. This particular grill is pretty old. I've been pretty hard on it on purpose. So I like to test my grills out, but it's good for this shoot because I want to show you some of the things you got to keep in mind if the grill isn't working properly. So first and foremost, if I had a temperature control issue with this grill, if it wasn't keeping temperature, getting up to temperature, there's some things we need to check out on this. First and foremost, do you got pellets in the hopper? Make sure both sides of the hopper are full. Make sure the pellets are in good shape, that they're not sawdust. There's no water in them. If you've got your fuel and it's dropping pellets into the burn pot, then you've checked off the fuel part of this. One other thing I'll note, just because of where I have it here, you can see the grill is not level. Or at least if you can't see, it's not quite level. The pellets drop down the ramp and they need to drop directly into the burn pot. And so if you are altering the angles of the grill, it can potentially play with the angles of getting the pellets into the burn pot. So make sure that it's level. If I open this grill up, you can see, come take a closer look. It's pretty dirty. I haven't used it in a little while. This grill needs to be cleaned. One of the best things you can buy is this. This is the Memphis Grills scraper kit. This is a 3-piece kit. It comes with 2 scrapers that are brass, and so they're a little easier on the stainless steel. They got the nice Memphis logo on them. And then also for cleaning your grates here, the Genie tool does a good job, but this does a better job. And so I would really, really strongly recommend you guys get this 3-piece scraper kit. This thing makes maintenance so much easier. So let me just take one of these out of here. Okay, here's just that scraper, really nice. So let's go ahead and take a look here. This is your Genie tool. Hopefully you know how to use this. This end here is made for taking the grates out. You can see we just lift them out nice and easy. First thing I notice when I look at this grill is it's filthy. It needs to be scraped down. This is part of regular maintenance. Scraping this off to the sides will get all of this spent debris, all this carbon, all this ash, everything down into your trays in the bottom, which is where it should be. Make sure you scrape all of this off. Another thing is make sure you're scraping down the walls as well. All of this may not look like much, but there can be salts, there can be corrosive elements in there that could potentially cause corrosion issues, things like that in the grill. So make sure to scrape down the sides and the interior of the grill. So again, if we're having problems with this grill, I'm going to look in here. First thing you'll notice when you look down in here is I have ash all over the place. I haven't cleaned this grill nearly enough. You can see on the ramp itself, I've got some stuff on here. Make sure you scrape this ramp off. Make sure you push all this ash off away from the burn pot down into those ash drawers. Very, very important. The way this Memphis grill works, the air box is underneath here and that blower sits back there. So the way this works is it pulls the air up. The blower sends the air through the air box and then the air comes up through here. Now, Memphis has an exclusive feature with a blower system where most companies don't have that kind of CFM. We actually can put a lot of air through here. And so what we do during the cooks is we send these ash bursts through, which pushes a lot of this out. And that's why you don't have to clean the Memphis as often, but you do still have to clean this out. And I recommend checking this every few cooks. If you do a long cook, you really want to make sure this is clean. The Genie tool on the other end here, you can see this is made if you didn't have gloves on, if it was hot, if you needed to address it. This is made for picking up this burn pot just simply by picking up the side like this. You can see you can pick it up real easy. You can go dump this off in your garbage if it's cold, or you can get rid of it. One other very important piece here is if you look back down there right now, you see a lot of that ash fell back through down. This is the igniter, and you can see there's a lot of ash down here in this. Now, when you're moving this grill around, if you have a cart, that ash can go back to where the blower is, and you can get that into the blower. Every once in a while, you can see here just from pulling that out, I've got a pellet down there. If that pellet gets back into the blower, you're going to hear a ticking sound. You're going to know it got back in there. So you got to make sure to vacuum that out really well under the burn pot, especially because you don't want that ash building up around the igniter either. So you can see here, the way the ITC3 burn pot works is it's our proprietary patented IntelliBurn here with a secondary combustion at the top. This actually sits down into the collar like this, and then this whole thing goes back down in there. You're going to want to clean all that out, of course, before you put this back in there. So I'm going to go ahead and vacuum this out now before we start putting this back together. Okay, now that we've gone ahead and vacuumed this all out, you can see all the ash is gone. This is what it should look like when you're starting out. I went ahead and put the collar back in already. We'll go ahead and just put the burn pot on top of it. Make sure it's seated properly. And now, assuming you scraped everything else down and vacuumed it all out, including these front edges, by the way, scrape all of this down. You can see all this ash. This could be corrosive. There could be salts in here from a lot of the rubs that I've used in the past. So you're going to want to make sure you get all that off. After that's done, you can go ahead and put it all back together. One other thing I do want to mention is if you're having temperature issues, don't forget the RTD. As you can see, if you get real close on here, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot of buildup on here. You can see as I wipe it, it just comes right off. But you want to make sure that this is clean. I recommend soap and water and maybe even steel wool just real lightly to keep this clean. This controls what the grill is doing. This controls how much fuel, how much fire, how much air. This is where you got to make sure that's clean. So go ahead and clean that off real well. Okay, one last thing after you've cleaned that RTD. If you look down here, you can see again, I have not taken care of this grill. You can see a lot of the heat marks, a lot of the smoke, a lot of the residue. If you want these to stay in real clean shape, I recommend cleaning these a lot more often. You can see I cleaned right here. I obviously didn't clean down here, but you can see a lot of this comes off. If you wait too long, it's going to get worse. Obviously, the ash drawers, you're going to want to make sure you empty these regularly. If there's any grease in here, you don't want to have grease fires. Again, obviously the grill, if there's a grease fire in there, and if it originates down there, you're adding fuel to a fire. That's going to be a problem. So make sure that those are cleaned out. Okay, we've gone through the basic maintenance of the grill, how you need to keep it clean, what you need to do to make sure it works properly. If you've cleaned out that burn pot, if you've gotten all the ash out of there, if you've scraped it down, if you know there's pellets in there, you know it's level, you've cleaned everything. If you're still having problems with the grill, the next step is to go to the diagnostics menu on the controller. We've got another video on using that system, but go into settings and go to diagnostics and run the full test. It's going to test every component of the grill to make sure it's working, like the blower, the auger, the RTD, the fans. It's going to make sure everything's functioning properly. Somewhere in there, if there is an issue, we're going to find it in there. And if all else fails, please call us at Memphis Grills. We've got a technical support team that's standing by, ready to help. Yeah, if you take care of this grill, you'll own it for years. Happy grilling.